big slogan of ours is, what does it look like to make history for our club?
The belief is there. Go and try and get these points and hopefully make the playoff run.
Would you look at that? A win. Seems like it's been forever since the Dash has won a regular season game. But I think it wasn't easy after going through harsh conditions by the rain, uncertainty if the game was going to go on. The game did happen, and the game did delivered. Well, once again to another edition for the Orange and Blueprints podcast. I'm your host, Manny Olivares, and of course, I got the cheerleader on the side that says it's going to be the goal fest. Diego.
The goal fest.
Yeah.
How you doing, Manny?
Good. Pretty good. Yourself?
I mean, I predicted a solid week of Dash games, and with that, I can't complain. If you see the last episode, you saw that I predict a draw against San Diego and a win against Angel City, and look at what happened. Things are great for Houston right now. You've got one more game that we'll talk about against Gotham, and I think the Dash are in a great position right now, and I think there's plenty of positivity in this episode.
Yeah, I think it is. It is pretty much good. I think after a whole 6 games, well, almost 6 games of not getting a result these past 2 weeks was a great direction, in the great step into the right direction. So I think we just quickly just go into it. The Dash was pretty much low on the table. They were pretty sitting like at 14, 13 at the time when facing each Angel City side. And I think the beginning of the match, I think it was pretty good. Pretty good. It was really good momentum from the Dash. Quickly in the 17th minute, we had Kate Rader had an excellent goal. She missed hit the ball the first time when it was served into her, but I feel like she recovered real well and delivered the last shot onto them. And then, of course, we're going to the not long after that. Angel City kept pressing on. A foul on Leah Kenke in the penalty box and resulted for a penalty for Angel City. Nunez scored that goal to give the equalizer, and it was pretty much neck and neck after that game. I think after those 2 goals went in, it was pretty much neck and neck. No one clearly had the upper hand. Both were going into each other's boxes. Not really much to do in that, but it all came down to literally in stoppage time. Through ball to Maggie Graham. Maggie Graham tried to do the best she can. She runs into the box and scores, and I think her face and expression just showed how much, not just only for her, but for her team, needed this win. And that was pretty much it. Pretty much a 2-1 win for the Houston Dash at home against Angel City. I think we want to see your thoughts, Diego. What was your thoughts of the whole game and how the game played out for you?
Yeah, I think it was a great game. This is exactly the grit that you really want to see from the Houston Dash, and I think it certainly showed. An unbelievable opportunity to really pick up some valuable points against also a struggling side in Angel City, and to get 4 points out of 2 pretty tough teams to play against. I mean, I don't think any team in this league is going to complain about that. I would like to highlight Clarissa Laracy. I think this is her first fantastic game, really, of the game or of the season per se. And I think, yes, she had that one opportunity where she should have buried it in the back of the net. And I think she's probably thinking about that in the context of the game. But the fantastic assist to Maggie Graham, I think that is those kinds of small movements and small touches on the ball. That's what deliver you wins, and that's what deliver you results. And, this has been something that Clarissa has lacked in previous times with the few minutes that she's been getting. But she showed it. She definitely showed it here. She made an impact. She changed the game, and I think this is something that you really expect from any given striker. But considering the situation in the nine, this is an amazing confidence booster for somebody that could potentially help us out. Um, or help the dash out in the coming weeks as they wait for reinforcements.
Yeah, I think so too. This for too. I think Clarissa did have a really good game. I think the way she pressed the ball and the way she was used her speed efficiently. I think that's an interesting word, efficiently. I feel like we always know that she was fast, but I feel like the speed was not used at the right moments, or it was overused per se. And sometimes the ball will, go out, or she will lose control. But I think it was very efficient the way she used. I think one player for me that highlighted, I think they were so responsible. I won't say so responsible, but I think her addition to the lineup really changed the things and add more dynamic. Is Lisa Boateng. I think this past two games, maybe she wasn't as the flashy uh, fullback, wingback, but I think her addition to the team allowed for the team to change up the lineup. Her addition, having her on the left side and have Avi Patterson on the right and Leah Klinke back as a more center back role with either Nelson or either with Harden or either with Berkeley. It's very interesting how they mix with that. I think even Lisa Boyd this week she was in the W Golazo's Team of the Week as well. So it was really interesting. I think her impact to the game. I think for me, what you can see, look at her heat map. I think she's very the contribution she does in tag, the passes, the touches, and the long balls. I think that was for me was interesting, and also have the mentality to come back and defend. So I think for me, I think her addition to the lineup, or to shift the lineup when the dash may per se may Lucy on the lack of foreign attacks and strikers. I think she added a different element to the team. And it doesn't also give a shout out for other players that came in to rested. Sarah Putigam as well for the midfield to give Danny Colaprico a break. She's been all in and out. The lineup as well. So having that as well, and players stepping up like Kate Radar as well as another goal, straight matches. I think back-to-back goals. I feel like for her as well. So, back-to-back goals. So it's been really good for her to see actually her stepping up to the plate now that the missing of Kiki Van Santen. So, my question for you, Diego, now with these two past results, is it sustainable, or I think for like it's a hard question because like okay, two good results, then you maybe get a good result. We'll talk about later for Gotham, and then you go to another break and try to repeat everything again. So you think this streak comes at the maybe per se at the wrong time of the schedule of this busy schedule, or you're trying to salvage points right now?
I think you take as many points as you can get. Really, that's the situation here. And I think when it comes to these kinds of runs, I think that the break is actually going to be a good opportunity for the Dash to regroup. The way that they started the international break last time was honestly a little disappointing if you're a Dash fan. I mean, it seemed like they were kind of just a completely different team from what they started with, and so this is obviously an opportunity for Bruce and the coaching staff to like sit through things, work through things, and really think about these kinds of choices, because I think we're still seeing an evolved Dash team that's ever changing, ever growing, ever learning. And I mean, you're seeing that. The win against Angel City is a testament to that. I think this is a team that is constantly growing, constantly learning, and you'll keep seeing that. And I think the break is gonna be good. Obviously, you'll have to like pick up the footing and everything, but I think it's more important to really focus on the fact that Fabrice is again a second year head coach. This is a evolving team, and he said time and time again in the press conferences, this is a team that's learning, this is a team that's growing, and really putting that on the forefront, I think is especially important. And breaks like these are going to help. But to answer your question about like whether these points are important or not, or whether this momentum can carry across, it absolutely can. You saw in ways that it can't. And now I think we're probably going to see ways where it can. I think you see players like Nick Hikic really grow into her own in the few minutes that she's getting a late game. You're seeing Clarissa Larissy get amazing opportunities to impact the game, especially in the Angel City game. You see, I actually I slightly disagree with you about Lisa Boateng. I think Boateng has been phenomenal these 2 games, and I think her energy, her skill is really showing, and especially in Angel City, you saw her all over the place.
Yeah.
And especially in the first half, her ability to move the ball forward, use her skill moves. I think this is something that we were promised from Boateng, and I think we're getting. And so I think this is an actively growing and learning squad. You're forgetting that players like Boateng didn't really make an impact last season. Players like Larissy didn't really perform because they were a half. This is Larissy's first full season with the Dash. I think forgetting the fact that they're growing is a dangerous game to play because of that. Mm-hmm. But I think momentum is definitely something that the Dash can very much keep in this situation.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially it's just the way it's hard. Sometimes you say that you say you they can't, but it's very hard with NWSL team because the parity and just the opposition you go to. So there's never no easy wins or easy results or easy games. It's just very. You think you get the upper hand from one team or 2 teams, and you feel like you carry this momentum, and then one team stops you in your tracks. So it's pretty much very hard to understand what to go from here, how to go from here. But I think for sure that it's very manageable. I think Fabrice, I think it was very hard to not I say for adjust for Fabrice as a head coach, but I think with so many rookies and so many unproved quote unquote unproven players, you find the right system to accommodate them and still they're flourishing again. So it's pretty good, really good that he was able to do that, able to do these 2 results. Right now, currently on the table right now, the Dash is sitting in 10th place with 14 points, with literally basically off the playoffs or by goal differential, and now they come in against Gotham FC, who is in 18 points, sitting in 5th place. So with that in mind, going into this Sunday's match. I think the Dash plays. I think the Dash plays the last game. Isn't the Dash plays later the last game of the? No, well, second to the last game of the before the break. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be on ESPN. Yes. Oh no. Oh, ESPN. Yes. And so ESPN Day for our early game, 2 p.m. I think it's going to be at 1 p.m. for Gotham.
Yeah.
Dang, that's early. I think that's
no.
It's 2 here. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 here, so it'll be 1 over there.
No, it'll be 3 over there.
3? Oh, yeah, right.
It's later. Yeah. I forgot how to math.
Man, I just forget. Man, it's been a long day, bro.
Nah, I don't. It's been a long day for me as well, but
it's an early game for the Dash. Against, I don't know how to put this. Gotham has been really excellent in this past games for the league, but if you just focus on maybe the 2 games they face and CONCACAF,
all right, Manny.
Like they were just one of the worst teams in that competition on that aspect. I think my question is, what balanced view should we have of this Gotham side? Because I feel like they got wrecked by America and got wrecked by I forget the other team.
Pachuca,
yeah.
I think understanding Gotham as a second half of the season team is important because Gotham has had some glaring issues this season. Esther Gonzalez has really failed to deliver on the offensive standpoint. Her goals are just not going in. That's why you have players like Jordan Dudley and Jaden Shaw to really help. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been unbelievable. They've been fantastic. You have Gora Rayton now. Rayton is from like you and many people and all of you that are watching know how good Rayton is. The Norway international. I think she's a phenomenal player. You have Berger in goal. I think this is the most, if not one of the most talented team in the WSL. But the problem is that you're kind of having similar issues than Houston. You have a number 9 that isn't performing, and you have young replacements to try to help that. And in Gotham's side and also Houston's side, don't get me wrong, you've seen those replacements or those supporting cast members, a better way of putting it, really stepping up. I feel like Gotham, despite the mixed results, are a strong team. They're the best defense in NWSL.
Mm-hmm.
They have only conceded 5 goals in NWSL play so far, and that's unbelievable. But you've also had to consider the lack of goals that they've scored, besides games like Bay FC and recent games. I think they are if you look at the trajectory of the season they've had, it's been dry. It's been dry. It's been hard. I remember I was there when they played Orlando Pride, and it was honestly quite an insufferable game of soccer. It was just frustrating on both fronts. That both teams, despite them being super, super, super offensively lethal, you have Barbara Banda, you have Esther Gonzalez, and you have Jordan Dudley, and you have Jaden Shaw was out during that game, but you have Marta on our. Both teams were so lethal, but yet nothing could materialize, and the game ended 0-0. I think that's kind of a game to really analyze Gotham, because Bay FC, for example, you had a Jordan Silkowitz, who, in my opinion, is the best goalkeeper in the NWSL, make a record saves out of any player in NWSL history, or at least tied that record, but yet lose 4-0. I think that's not a fair game to really comment, because Bay FC is just so defensively not at the level that I would label Houston at. I think Houston is extremely solid defensively. I think that's one of the strengths that they've had all season. It might not show in the goals conceded, but it shows in the effort and the work rate. We just talked about Lisa Boateng. We've talked through and through all season about how good Leah Klinke is, and Paige Nielsen, an amazing player there. You have a backline that's strong, that's confident, and that plays smart defending, and I think that's something that Gotham struggles against. They do.
Yeah.
Club America is filled with undersized players, especially at the back line. But yeah, they play smart defense. And I think that's smart in the sense of moving the ball, of really forcing pressure, and not necessarily being great at the final tackle. I think that's what Gotham really struggles with, and I think Houston have an opportunity here to really exploit that.
I think so too. My only question is, as well as always, is going to be, for me, I think just the goalkeeper. If Carolina Delisle can have a good match against a heavy fronted attackers, Jaden Shaw, Dudley, and if don't want be the goalkeeper that lets Esther Gonzalez get her form back as well. But
Wait, okay, I will say, Delisle was fantastic against Angel City.
Yeah, she was good. I think she was good. I think she
great. I think, especially, I mean, yeah, I understand diving the right way in a penalty shootout is a 50-50. Like, I'm not gonna show that, but I think also understanding she was phenomenal. If it wasn't for that penalty, it would have been a clean sheet.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's been that, but I think it's just like, oh, I think it's because it's just few games in the top league. Well, yeah, it's how not saying I'm not doubting her now, doubting her ability. I think it's just like, okay, I don't think like we have the same confidence as if for Jane. You know, Jane maybe have like a couple of bad games this stretch as well, but you kind of see you can trust more in Jane and her experience and her, because you see the record. You kind of see you have a little sample of the Lyle, just a little bit, and you're trying to see, okay, how will she fare with other competition, other teams, So, but I think overall, I think this was a good performance for her with the Angel City. So hope she can do one on top, especially against a Gotham City side that knows how to adjust. Especially with Juanco Samros at the helm, he knows how to adjust. He knows how to put players in into positions to get the most outcome. So I think it's just for me is for that as well. I think also for the tax as well. I think for me to see a little bit more of what we see. K A K Raider to continue scoring, continue assisting. I think a little bit for me, Linda Olmark as well. I don't know her productivity has quote quote dipped a little bit, but I just hope for her to continue doing. She's done well so far, so continue to move forward, and hopefully Maggie Graham's goal sparks a line in her to continue moving forward, continue to get those clutch goals as she was known last season for her rookie year, and
Mhm.
so a little bit for that as well. So we'll see how it goes for this game. So with that in mind, what's your prediction for this game?
I think the Dash are getting the W. I think Gotham is a team that struggles against Houston. I mean,
It's funny if you look at the record when you talk about that of Gotham, they both won 9 games.
yeah, but
It's like
but
one season they tied, and the another ones, and another season they both tie, and
yeah,
then another team wins. So it's like they never get the upper hand on each other.
I think it's gonna be a 1-0 Dash win. I think the Dash are scoring early, and then the just Gotham is just gonna play absolute horrendous brand of soccer, and Houston is gonna be too inspiring. I think Houston's gonna. I think this is gonna be an unfortunate game to watch, similar to the rain game from last year, if you remember that.
Yeah.
I think it's not going to be like a game winner for Messiah Bread or anything like that. I think it's going to be 1-0. It's going to be early in the game, and it's just going to be the only bit of action that we see.
I feel the same way. I feel it's going to be 1-0. I feel it's might be another Maggie Graham goal just to get us over the line, because I feel like this is going to be a gritty game. I feel like this is going to be a game that's going to be very, like you say, hard to watch, and you need a gritty player to get that goal. So I feel like Maggie Graham fits the mold perfectly.
And Maggie is an unbelievable player. I
Yeah, I
think
feel like
lucky to have her.
yeah, I feel like too. I feel like we kind of missed that this season. I think we are too focused. I think Fabrice gave, I think, most of the attack to the rookies and let Maggie Graham just sit a little bit more. But I feel like this game, the team really benefited her from her pushing up, and so I think if she does that again, I think the Dash can win this game as well. So, and we'll see how much it goes. It's gonna be early Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon game. We'll see about that. But before we go, we do have a couple of news to look over for. Uh, I know the international call-ups are coming up soon, so only two has been so far at the moment. With Evelina Dujan going for the Sweden's for the under 22s, and then of course Avery Patterson today has been called up for the U.S. Women's National Team to face Brazil. Uh, so far just two call-ups, but I think it's really good for at least for Avery's sake that she has been continuing performing, and then that I don't know. I think it's for me. I think for like Emma Hayes loves her as a player, so I don't think despite how the Dash plays, Avery is still gonna get called up as long as Emma Hayes still likes her on the team.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much it. We'll see for those call ups. Hopefully more we'll see coming up more. I think we'll have more. Also in Lisa Boateng, I forgot for Italy as well. I
And
forgot.
yeah, Lisa.
Yeah, and so we'll see about that. I know next week will be our last. That I will be reviewing our last game for Gotham City, but maybe we should do this for our next show. Will we grade the rookie so far as and
I
who
think that's a great episode idea. I love that.
so we'll see about that since we will have nothing to talk about since literally until mid-July, and so because of the World Cup, and so we'll see about that. We'll see what we'll talk about, what we discuss. I know it's gonna be a quite slight sump of time, hopefully this weekend the Dash could get the win, could get 3 points, move out of the table. If they would get the win, they possibly could sit inside the playoffs, roughly maybe around seventh or eighth place. Depends how the things go.
Mhm.
But well, thank you once again for coming in with us to another edition for Orange and Blueprints. I know last week we did 2 episodes, and this one kind of feels short because I think we
Yeah.
talked a lot the last 2 episodes. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully next week we can bring you all that, and maybe we'll talk about a little bit more the halfway point, how Houston is, and so how the Dash and moving forward. Hopefully we'll get to hear a little bit more of the rumblings. I know because transfer window, as we
Mhm.
all know, is going to open up soon in July. So hopefully we'll see what was going to happen from there. But thank you for all again. Thank you for to coming with us. We have to thank our sponsors for Ugly Guppy, We Got Soccer, and all this Bravos. Always connect with us at biocitysoccer.net or our social media, Bayou City Soccer at Instagram, Threads, YouTube, the Blue Skies, Twitter, the TikTok, everything. Also, if you haven't checked out yet, I know we're going to the international window, and so we do have a page for our World Cup stuff as well. So, thank you again. Anything last words, Diego?
No, just happy to be here. Happy to have this momentum on to the Gotham game, and yeah, just looking forward to a early Sunday game.
All right. Thank you all once again, and see y'all soon.